Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be going over how to eliminate the elbow drop as you're going through the throw. It's something that I commonly see with quarterbacks as they're going through the throw. They end up, as they're transitioning forward, dropping that elbow a little bit, which is really impacting the ability to create a lot of power on the throw. So as always, if you like the information, go ahead and click that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, or anything like that, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. We're going to hop into the video right now. All right, so the two main things that go into that elbow drop, at least in my opinion, are going to be different types of loads that make the biggest impact on this. So as quarterbacks go back, what ends up happening is you want to go in and load the elbow, load the hand, and some guys just kind of go up and out, right? Got the whole Dan Marino thing, and I think being able to implement that better is actually going to help you. But I see some guys that really compartmentalize the throw too much with the load, where they first kind of load down and they'll have the elbow really high and the ball really low is one common mistake. Or another one is just getting the elbow too far back and allowing the elbow to go too far this way, which then again creates this like elbow drop as you're coming through. When you have the ball down, elbow up, the same type of thing happens as the arm begins transitioning forward. So two big things that I would say in being able to understand how to correct this is first, trying to incorporate more of that up and out mentality, right? So the load just wants to go right into the transition. So as you load back the elbow and the arm, you want to use that to just get you right going into driving the elbow through. If you kind of compartmentalize it again, where you go and you load back and kind of hold that for a second, that's what's going to allow that elbow to kind of drop down as you're coming up and through. Another big thing, and this kind of goes along with it, is going to be making sure that you have plenty of range of motion within that like serratus, infraspinatus musculature down underneath here. A lot of you guys are way too tight in here, which also creates that drop in that elbow there. All right, the next big thing that you want to be able to think about that will help you in being able to get that elbow up is going to be being able to get the wrist to start moving faster, right? So if we go here and the wrist ends up kind of arching back like that, or you just aren't bringing your elbow through and the nose of the football to face forward, that's going to make it so it's going to take you a lot longer to be able to really get rid of the football. And I've noticed that the guys that end up also dropping that elbow here in that transition part end up also struggling with getting the ball out of their hands quickly. So we want to be able to really focus on being able to get the hand out quick or the ball out quick by being able to, again, get right through that transition. So it's a load to transition to driving through, and then also working on being able to really get that nose of the football facing as straight ahead as quickly as possible when you're going through the throw. I'm going to do a couple examples right here just so you can see what it looks like. All right, I wanted to show an example here of what that elbow drop is going to look like in comparison to what you really want to be doing with the throw. So we can see here as he's bringing the ball back, you can see how high he gets the elbow and where the ball ends up being. So you can see with me, I'm really keeping the ball right now is a little bit lower, but then as I get to my loading position, I make it so the ball and the elbow end up being the same height, and then can transition that into just bringing that ball up and elbow through, right? In comparison to bringing that ball, and you can see he keeps on really bringing the elbow back. And then from there, in this transition phase right here, really allows that elbow to drop, right? So the key part is that as you are going and really initially loading, you want to continue to utilize that load to just keep the elbow coming up and through rather than compartmentalizing, kind of loading the arm all the way back, then dropping the elbow. Here's another example of when you go and you first kind of load here, right? Go loading back, and then after loading back, really dropping that elbow down, right? I see this a lot too when you go and load that arm back. And, I really want to be able to go over this because I know there's a lot of guys that are really, struggling to be able to make this correction. So this ends up really just going into really loading the ball back and really even getting the elbow involved in the load, right? He just kind of brings the ball back, doesn't really allow the elbow to get involved at all. Notice the height that my elbow gets to when I load, right? And so that ends up being an important part as well. All right, here we got a back review. So you can notice with me, and so we can check out the loads here. In this position, we're in a fairly similar spot. The only thing that I would say is I'm getting a little bit more rotation back with that front shoulder, right? So I'm kind of loading with my upper body a little bit more so there. So then as I'm driving the elbow through, that allows me to, clear out a little bit more effectively, I think, because we can see here, loading back, and then you notice just right there that elbow drop, right? So it ends up, again, being this movement, and then you need to kind of transition that into continuing to really drive the elbow through, right? From here, it should just be elbow up and through, or like what the, Dan Marino talks about, and is just getting the ball up and out, right? And being able to really master how to do that as effectively as you can. So really getting a better understanding of this, I think, is critical in order to really maximize your performance. So as always, guys, thanks for watching the video. Check out the link in the description down below in order to, get any more information about our throw programs, get a throw breakdown. We have a lot of cool options available right now within our throw programs. I know a lot of you guys are going into your off season, so I really recommend you guys joining that, and you'll see some incredible results. Again, we're offering unlimited breakdowns, so if you're a part of the program, you're going to get as many breakdowns as you can to be able to really fix your mechanics and just give you as much information as we can to really help you in getting to your goals. So as always, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.